Welcome to another Facebook Live and YouTube Live. I'm going to try to get this fixed and get all my stuff out of the way here so that we can have it where I can talk to both of you guys at the same time and make it feel like I'm looking at both of you. So I just got to fix my camera there really quick. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about the ketogenic diet, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think that a ketogenic diet might not work for you. And in no way is this meant to be a keto bashing anything. I'm just going to kind of give you my thoughts on it and some of my past experiences, and then let you guys make a very well-informed and educated decision for yourself. So if you are new, my name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women look and feel their best and live their most authentic life by helping women find nutritional plans that work best for them and their lifestyles, and as well as fitness plans that do the same. And for me, that has been intermittent fasting over the past couple of years. And I've really been able to kind of tweak some things with intermittent fasting and help women find a plan that will suit their lifestyle so that they don't feel like they're always having to give up things in life in order to have the feeling and the look that they want to have with their life and their body. So tonight we're going to talk specifically about the ketogenic diet, and I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why I personally don't follow it and why you might want to consider maybe looking at it a little bit differently and kind of figuring out a way that you can maybe utilize some of the benefits of it without having to necessarily overhaul your entire life. So one of the big reasons why I don't follow the ketogenic diet, and one of the things that I really try to coach women on when they're trying to make some positive changes in their life in regards to health and fitness, is that whole diet word. And we as women have been blindly following others and their pursuit for a diet for way too long. And I know I'm guilty of kind of leading women down that path, and I have been guilty of following the same things throughout probably my most of my adult life as a woman. And it's been very limiting to me and very sort of disappointing, and has kind of led me down the wrong path as far as how I feel about my body image, and how I've had and handled my relationship with food. And since I have changed the way that I look at food and the way that I utilize food now to really improve my health and my fitness and my overall look and well-being, is really kind of just free-forming it and not really following a diet plan, and just incorporating those foods into my life that do make me look and feel my best. And there's no diet plan that can really do that for me, or no person that can do that for me other than myself, because what I do is, or what I have done over the past couple of years, has really been just designing a nutritional plan with all the foods in it that make me happy, that make me feel my best, and then have eventually made me look my best even at the age of 51. And it has been a very freeing feeling, not following anyone else's diet plan, but really having an opportunity to kind of carve one out for myself. So if you're a woman who's sort of fed up with following someone else's plan, maybe you're finding it too limiting, or that you're kind of passing on too many life events because it doesn't follow into the structure of a plan that someone else has created, or maybe you have struggled with some diet issues or some body image issues, or not really being able to figure out how to fit your life into your nutrition because your life is the way you want it to be, but someone else's diet plan doesn't really kind of jive with it, then I highly recommend not following any diet plan, and most specifically for this conversation, the ketogenic diet plan. Now, there are some great things about the ketogenic diet, and I'll kind of go into those at the end when I cover the last 2 points. So please, I don't need any hate comments or any negative comments here about supporting the ketogenic plan. Like I said, I think it is great for some people, but as far as I'm concerned, or what I'm doing here with this group of women, and the way I feel about it, and the way I am now coaching women in their nutritional plans, I just advise any woman to not follow any plan that has the word diet in it. So, number 2 is the unrealistic expectations of your carbohydrate intake. And if you're truly following a ketogenic diet plan, then your carb limitation is so limited, and in my opinion, almost unrealistic for an everyday woman. if you have children, or you have grandchildren, or you have a husband who's not following the same type of plan, or you have girlfriends who have no idea what it is you're doing with your nutrition, you will be miserable forever trying to follow a plan that is so limited on the carbohydrate intake that you are allowed to have, following verbatim a ketogenic diet. And I know for me, I have been on those diet plans before, and again, they're so limiting that I can't live my own life. And at some point, I found myself sort of asking myself, what was the purpose of what I was doing? And I really couldn't answer that question. And did I, when I lived those kind of lifestyles, like limiting my carbohydrates so drastically, I got a great result. My physique was, fabulous. It was everything that I was working for. But dang, if the next day when you kind of get off your diet, because maybe you're living in a limited time span trying to achieve a result by a certain time, as soon as you go back to eating like a normal woman, all those results that you worked so hard for and sacrificed so much for and missed so much of your life for are going to be gone anyway. And so if you're following something like a ketogenic diet to kind of get something on the short term, oftentimes what happens to us is because that diet plan is so limiting and so unrealistic that it kind of sends us off the deep end. And then when we're done with our plan, and maybe we've taken our after pictures and our abs are all cut and our body's all slim, and then you kind of overcompensate for everything that you had to give up, you end up not only gaining any weight back that you had lost, but you'll probably end up gaining a little bit more because what you were doing was so unrealistic. And for me, I know that those kind of diets have created a very healthy environment inside my head and emotionally, and I ended up being a lot worse off than I was before I ever started. So doing something like a ketogenic diet that is so limiting in carbohydrates is just not realistic. And I can't imagine being in a position where I couldn't share a juicy peach with my daughter in the summer, or a couple slices of watermelon, or whatever it is that that I wanted to do with my family, because I was following a diet plan that was super, super restrictive. And then the third reason why following a ketogenic diet plan may not be something that's good for you, and especially if you're kind of in my aging woman group, is that it's just that thing that we've come to this part of life where we really need to be responsible and start to think on our own 2 feet. And this kind of goes back a little bit to that very first point I was talking about, on the fact that it's a diet plan. And there's a lot of foods when you're following someone else's diet plan that are just not every day, or they're not going to teach you what you need to know to kind of stand on your own 2 feet at some point. So if you're a woman who is really looking to kind of find your own way with food, and you're frustrated and you're not feeling well, then the first thing you need to do is stop following someone else and stop following someone else's guidelines, and really take an opportunity to just have some time with you and figure out what it is that your body needs at this stage in your life. And what I always suggest for the women who are working with me, who are in one of my intermittent fasting courses, is to kind of live your life like this. There's enough science out there to show and to prove that having a higher fat diet is the way we want to live. It's great for brain function, it's great for our skin, it's heart healthy, and it does allow us a little bit of leeway to kind of enjoy some of the finer things in life as far as fat is concerned. And if you've lived through the 80s and the 90s and all the diet fads that went on with the no-fat diets, it's a really nice opportunity to really enjoy some of those foods that were quote-unquote banned from us for so long. And then we also want to kind of consider how much protein we're taking in. And so I always say just have a moderate amount of protein. What's moderate? I don't know. It's moderate for you. I know that protein is one of those things I just don't consciously worry about. I get enough in my day through the 2 meals a day that I have, and that my body is doing fine, and I understand what the human growth hormone is capable of doing when I'm in a fasted state, and that will take care of my muscle development. And knowing that being in a fasted state doesn't burn muscle off my body, I'm going to be okay. And the excess protein and all those excess amino acids that we have in our body can really wreak havoc on us if they go unused and become damaged. And so moderate amounts of protein. You don't want to have to seek out protein at every meal. And then in regards to carbohydrates, since we are talking about a ketogenic diet, which is considered the low to no carb diet and a very high fat diet, is just be very conscious of your carbohydrates. We don't want to live our life where we're absolutely having no carbohydrates at all, because again, that's just not fun and it's just not realistic. And I don't know if you're like me at all, but when I'm in a no carb sort of lifestyle, I'm just not a very happy person to be around. And I would much rather live my life in moderation and be happy about the life that I'm living and be happy around the people that I'm with and be able to go out and dine occasionally with my family and not have to be worrying about counting carbohydrates. And that kind of goes with all three of those reasons that I just talked about as well with the ketogenic diet. Is like, who wants to be so hyper focused on counting grams of carbohydrates? Just be cautious and be very aware of the carbohydrates that you're eating. Choose good ones. I always say, no one's ever looked at a cupcake and thought, wow, this is like the most nutritious thing I'm going to put in my body today. Anytime you've looked at something like a cupcake or a cookie or a piece of cake or a big cheesy fat slice of pizza, we always pause and have a little feeling of guilt come over us and question whether we should have it or not. We've never really stopped to think about how nutritious that's going to be or how great we're going to feel tomorrow or, man, this is that thing that's going to get us to that goal that we're achieving. We always do it in regret and a little bit of guilt and disappointment in ourselves. And so we are very aware of the carbohydrates that are good for us, and we're also very aware of the carbohydrates that are not so good for us. So we just need to learn how to take a pause and then make a decision about what it is that we're trying to achieve and then go with it. And we don't need to follow any diet plan or have someone pointing their finger at us all the time telling us that we're right or wrong. We already know that. We just have to exercise that skill that we have to make choices for ourselves and just make sure that the choices that we're making are great. So again, like I said, this is not me bashing the ketogenic diet. It is just the philosophy that I have developed as I've become an aging woman and as I have recently overcome a lot of health issues, that life's too short to be so regimented on a diet plan that someone else developed that didn't ask for your opinion when they were putting it together and have no idea what your lifestyle is like. And I think it's okay to loosen the reins every now and then, as long as you wake up every morning feeling your best and are happy about what you're doing with your life and your nutritional choices and your fitness goals. And finding a nice healthy balance between sort of adapting a couple key points of a certain diet plan or the philosophies of a diet plan, and then taking in what it is that works best for you and your lifestyle, and then really learning how to develop your own nutritional plan that's going to get you where you need to go. And a ketogenic type of lifestyle works very well with intermittent fasting, mostly because we have just a short span of time in which we are taking in calories. And if you have a high fat diet with moderate protein and very conscious carbohydrates, then you're going to have very little room to actually make errors without having to micromanage what it is you're eating calorie-wise or gram-wise. So if you're on the fence or you think that you have to be ketogenic in order to be successful with intermittent fasting, or in order to be successful with intermittent fasting, you have to adapt a ketogenic lifestyle and you have to cut out all carbs or you have to manage your carbs, that is just not true. I have never managed my carbohydrate intake and I have never completely eliminated carbohydrates. I'm just very cautious of them and very aware of them. And living that very flexible lifestyle and incorporating my very flexible intermittent fasting life with my very flexible macro life with my fats and my proteins and my carbohydrates has really allowed me to make some major improvements in my life and make me not a crazy woman about what it is I'm eating. And it has really helped me in what I feel is recover from a lot of those food hang-ups that I've had for pretty much my most adult life. And it's also helped me really be a little bit, help me be more healthy with my own self-body image and the fact like that it's okay to just kind of go about your day and really striving to be your best and feel your best. And what I've found is when you're happy around your food and you're happy with your lifestyle and you're happy with the choices that you're able to make for yourself because you feel empowered, that the way you look and the way you want to look just come naturally without you having to be too obsessive about it. And I say all the time on these videos that, you know, with what I've done over the past couple of years with really relaxing with my food and just adapting a good fasting, a really solid fasting window where I'm truly fasted, has allowed me to reverse my prediabetes. My thyroid is working normal. I'm no longer insulin resistant. And somehow, some way in this last year, my body was able to drop 13 pounds. And I have no idea how and when that happened because I was no longer focused on it. All I was focusing on was staying in a fasted window and eating all the foods that make me look and feel my best. And I have no idea how many grams of carbohydrates I have. I have no idea how many grams of fats I have. I have no idea how many grams of protein I have. I just eat to make myself happy, and it's working. And it has probably been the best experience that I've had, not only in the health and fitness industry as someone who's advising other women to make those healthy choices for themselves, but me as my own woman and as a wife and as a mother has really made me live my life happily without having to be preoccupied all the time with what I'm not allowed to have or what I can't have. And I've really learned how to take those words out of my vocabulary. So I hope this helps you if you're kind of on the fence about feeling pressured to do a ketogenic diet or feeling pressured to count your macros or feeling pressured to count your calories. You really don't have to do that if you can adapt a really sound fasting window and then make sure that you just stay fasted as long as you can for as many days as you can that are comfortable for you and work in your lifestyle. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to Facebook and see what comments I have over here. Excited for this one. Okay, Janice, I hope I gave you what you were looking for. Pamela, it's good to see you. Deb, happy to be watching. Looking forward to week 3. Hey, Deb, week 3 is going to be a great one. We're going to talk a lot about, or I'll tell you guys in a second how week 3 is going to go. Oh, Janice, thank you so much. I agree with you. Limiting carbs during your feast is doable without being so strict. Knowledgeable about nutrition is key. I believe IF is more important than worrying about carb numbers. Trudy, that is so true. And being in an intermittent fasting state or a fasted state is so much healthier for you as well. Debbie, I agree. As usual, keto is awful. We need our good carbs. Yes, I agree, Debbie. We do need our good carbs. No carbs throws off hormones. Yep. I am 57 and have been enjoying the keto for over a year now. I am free of the food cravings and the constant need to eat all the time. I enjoy money. Okay, good. Yeah, Shelly, if that works for you, I say it's awesome if you can follow the ketogenic lifestyle and be happy. I'm happy I tuned in. I was looking into the keto way and was unsure, wasn't really excited to do it, and know now why. If joined your group in July, do you start from the beginning on training? Denise, yes, we do start at the beginning. If you've been intermittent fasting, we do a little review and kind of teach you how to get back into it the correct way, in a way that you can make it last for your life. So if you're looking to jump in July, we'd love to have you. Oh, Deb, my earrings are awesome. I'll have to tell you about my earrings in a second. Keto works for many people. Yeah, it does. Keto works for so many people. That's why I say I don't want to bash it. And I always say if it works for you, hey, keep going. I think that's awesome. But for me, it's just too limiting. I'm not happy without an occasional piece of fruit. I'm not happy without having an occasional slice of pizza. And I break my fast the same exact way every day. And the way that I break my fast has probably about 16 or 17 carbohydrates in it. So there's absolutely no way I could stay in a ketogenic diet philosophy. And nor do I want to. I don't want to have to give up the way I break my fast every day. And so I had to really take a hard look at that and just decided it just wasn't for me, because what I'm doing is working and I'm happy. And that's the biggest thing. So if keto makes you happy, I say go for it. Debbie, I know fasting's been the only thing that's worked for me too, and my husband. And I'm definitely not keto. I've been so successful in this. It's the first time I've lost weight in a long time. Robin, I think that's awesome. Yeah, intermittent fasting done the right way is really all that you need. I'm approaching 40 and ready for a change. Nicoya, I think that's how you pronounce your name. You should jump into our June or July course. We could totally help you get started on intermittent fasting the right way, right from the get-go. Okay, cool. Okay, good info. I need to lose about 30 pounds and I'm new, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. Debani, have you joined our June group yet? If not, get signed up. We'll probably end up closing out registration this week. Do you think Insta Ketones products is something to add to IF? Argy, I will discuss that on tomorrow's live about doing the ketones and testing and all that kind of stuff. I believe you need to do it sustainable, and IF, that's too, Trudy. Okay, let me see if I have another comment over here. And then I'll, intermittent fasted in my 20s and stayed thin, never realized it had a name. Now 46, nothing has worked. Atkins Keto, intuitively thought to research intermittent. Shauna, intermittent fasting is working for a lot of women in our age group. So I say jump back in. If you've had some experience with it before, jump back in. There might be some things that have changed with intermittent fasting since you've done it last. If you did it 20-something years ago, it's evolved, and it's a lot easier than I think it probably was before. How many do you allow in your classes? Donna, in June, we're only allowing 100 women in the June class, and that will give me an opportunity to kind of have a little bit more hands-on with you. And with every class registration, you get a 30-minute one-on-one consultation call with me where I talk about some things that are going on in your life. I give you some nutritional advice if that's what you're looking for, and help you get over some of the stumbling blocks with intermittent fasting. And if you're at a point where you're not getting the results that you are looking for, then I help you kind of figure out some tweaks to get you there. In the May course and enjoying it. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the May course is really awesome. We're 2 weeks left. Okay, so for my students in May, and if you're thinking about joining me in June, this will be kind of a little bit of a insight into how we go. So week 3, we focus on the social and emotional aspects of intermittent fasting, how we stay positive, how we kind of fight off some of those negative social stigmas with fasting, especially when intermittent fasting is working for us, and we get all these people telling us how crazy we are. So we'll kind of work on a little bit of that and a little bit of self-love stuff in week 3. And then week 4, we're going to start winding down out of the course. And again, week 4, we do a little end of the course survey where we kind of evaluate where we are at the end of the month toward how we were at the beginning of the month. And then we also give you an opportunity to join a second month if you're interested in that at a very discounted rate. So it's a great opportunity to kind of keep up and go through the course one more time to get a little deeper into the information and to kind of help you practice fasting. And Deb, I think you're the one that commented about my earrings. This is a Walmart special. I only buy my earrings like this at Walmart because I lose them all the time. And then that way when I lose an earring, it's no big deal. They're like $5 or something like that. I'm the worst with earrings. I lose them all the time. So Walmart, $5. Can I find info on your course? Nicoya, you can email me or on my YouTube channel, and below this as it goes live on YouTube, when it's posted, we'll have a link down below that shows you where you can register. And then any other video that I have on YouTube that says intermittent fasting for today's aging woman in the info section also has a link. So you can just go there and you can get yourself registered. I would say tonight if you want, because we will be closing soon. I'm looking back on my IF journal from last fall, which was pretty great, having a hard time this time around. Looking forward to starting with you in June. Oh, I'm looking forward to you starting with us in June too. If you have experience with intermittent fasting, the course is great because you have some great aha moments within the first few days, some things you maybe had never thought about before. And a lot of times when you're just kind of following people on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and they're intermittent fasting and you're kind of trying to mimic what they're doing, but you don't understand the whys of what they're doing, that's really what we cover in week 1 in our group, and just amazing aha moments. And if you've been struggling with intermittent fasting, the struggle will be over, and you'll see results very quickly, if only feeling better, which is really what I focus on in my groups. Is the first thing I want you to leave with, and which is why I have you do an end of course survey. In the beginning, you do your About You form. At the end, you do an end of course survey, is because I really want you to leave feeling empowered. I want you to feel like your food struggles are over. I want you to feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet and make very educated decisions about how food makes you feel. And I want you to feel like this is something that you can do for your lifetime. Intermittent fasting is amazing because you can jump in and out whenever you want. There's no failing, there's no quitting, there's just the choice. Do you want to fast or do you not want to fast? And I think that's been the biggest thing that we have been able to overcome as women, is it takes the whole emotional beat down out of food. and out of socializing around food and out of body image, because there's nothing bad about what we're doing and there's no way that you can do it wrong. You can either choose to fast or not choose to fast. And so we end up leaving as a group 30 days later very healthy, not only with our nutrition, but just our outlook on life as well. And we all feel very excited about where we're going on the next step in our journey, because everything from this point on is just good. And that just comes from education. In your group, do you talk about how to deal with doing IF on vacation and work trips? Robin, we do. How does fasting work with hypoglycemia? It will help you with that for sure, because you're going to control your hormones, and all that is just hormone based. Rebecca, how will I know where to go for the June class? I'm terrible with technology. Debbie, don't worry about it. I'll walk you through it. I got you, girl. I'm 57. What window would you recommend for me? Donna, you would have to be in my course and we work through that. You determine what window is best for you. I don't determine that for you. And we go into it gradually, and then you find what I call your sweet spot. And everyone has a fasting protocol that becomes their sweet spot. It's where they feel most energized. It's where they feel most control of themselves around food. It's where they're getting their best results. And you determine that in our group. And we kind of walk with you as you progress through your fasting protocols, and you kind of push them to the limit. And then you find your place where you feel most comfortable. And that's where you get your results, is in your sweet spot. But that is determined by you. It is not determined by me or the group. I agree with you. Okay, we already read that one. Let's see what else we got. Good info. I need to lose about 30 pounds and I'm very new, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. Do you need, oh, we already read that. I believe you need to do what is sustainable for you. Yep, Trudy. Sharon, how do I sign up for the group? Sharon, I will post a link below in this Facebook feed here. I'll post a comment as soon as I jump off, and there'll be a link. You can just go right there and get all the information you need. Actually, if you look right underneath your comment, Sharon, my husband is Michael Parham. He's a really handsome guy in that picture right there, and he just posted the link on Facebook, so you could just click on that. Trudy, it's so awesome that after all these years we found something that actually works. Trudy, I completely agree. I've spent the better half of my life miserable around food, and feeling super deprived and sad, and I have not felt that way since I've healed my body. And I feel very confident moving forward as a 51-year-old woman now that I will stay healthy, and that I will stay confident in my skin, and that I will be able to sort of live a vibrant life and be happy with my food and my family. And I thank intermittent fasting for that. I'm in the IFMA group and it's so helpful. Oh, Pamela, that is so nice for you to say that, and we love you in the group. Sandra, Diane, if we are in your May group and want to continue in June, do we need to register by this week too? No, Sandra, I send you guys a link. Next week, I'll go over all about what the alumni course is, and I give all my graduates a discount, so you don't have to pay the full course price. I just give you an alumni discount so that you can ride the course through one more time. Janice, you are so funny. How do you lose the big hoops? Girlfriend, I don't know. Janice, I think they fall like in between my dresser, or sometimes I'm like out somewhere and then I'll go, oh, one of my earrings is gone, and then I only come home with only one. I don't know. I'm just kind of a spaz and they just fall off. I'm hoping it works I'm going through menopause and it's so hard to lose weight and maintain weight loss. It's driving me crazy. Devani, there are so many women in our group who are in exactly the same spot you are. I have women who have had 15 pounds of hormonal, usually midsection weight that's just been sitting on them for years, and they're losing it. I think I talked to one woman this weekend. She had about 10 or 15 pounds, and she lost 7 pounds in the first week and a half. 7 pounds in the first week and a half, and she hasn't been able to lose that weight for 2 years. And so what I want you to understand, though, is that our focus is not on losing weight. So if you left my group after 30 days and you did not lose 1 pound, you are still successful if you can say that you left the group feeling more confident, feeling more energized, feeling more knowledgeable about your body, feeling more knowledgeable and comfortable around food, and your body will eventually let go of the weight. We are not on a deadline weight loss challenge. We are on a learning how our hormones work, learning how to control our hormones, learning how food affects us both physically and physiologically and emotionally. And we are learning how to just live comfortable within our own skin. The weight coming off our bodies is something we can't control because it is not a calories in versus calories out situation. Weight loss only happens when our bodies are in hormonal balance. And since I have no idea what you're coming into this group with, I can't promise you that you'll lose any weight at all in the 30 days. I can promise you all those other things. And so what I always suggest to women who aren't losing weight right away is, one, don't compare yourself to other women because we don't know their story either. And two, we'll talk about all that stuff on our consult call and I'll give you some tweaks to do. And usually once we get on a phone call and I give you a couple little tweaks to do, then you'll start to notice a thinner feeling in your body. You'll start to notice some bloat go away. You'll see some water retention be released. And then the next step is that weight loss. So the tweaks are where it really starts to happen for people who are feeling a little stuck. Oh, Debbie, I can't wait to have you in the class, girlfriend. I think you're going to be like one of the biggest cheerleaders in our group, and I'm super excited to have you. That's Natty. That's awesome to hear. I've got 2 trips coming up soon. Yeah, Robin, I am going to be on vacation. Shauna, I'll post a link below so you can get the link. But it has to wait. I have to wait till I'm off the live to get you the link here on YouTube. So hang tight and come back, and I will give it I'll give it to you. Okay, so vacation. I'm going on vacation June 2nd through the 6th, and we're going to Cancun to an all-inclusive resort, food in abundance, margaritas in abundance. Our room is stocked with all kinds of great stuff. We don't have to pay for anything once we get there. It's like whatever you want. And I'm going to be fasting probably most of the time there. So I will probably be Instagram storying our vacation. So if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, make sure that you connect with me on Instagram. It's just my name. So it's Diane Parham over on Instagram. Make sure you follow me over there because I will do Instagram stories and kind of take you through my day and what I'm doing when I'm traveling and what I'm doing in a resort that has amazing food that's available 24 hours a day. Margaritas flowing at the pool. I'll show you guys what I do on vacation and how I maintain my sanity and kind of maintain what it is I'm trying to do with my fasting and my physique even when I'm on vacation. So I will do that. Okay, cool. Okay. I think that's all I got over there on my YouTube. So if you are on YouTube and you need the link, then do like I say, just check back here tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe if you're catching me on YouTube Live, because that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos or I go live. And then any one of my videos in my intermittent fasting playlist has the link to sign up for my group. So, so you can sign up tonight if you'd like. Yeah, Debbie, it'll be fun. You can come with us to Cancun. It's going to be a blast. Okay, let's see what I got over here, and then I'm going to have to jump off. Oh, thank you. May has been awesome. Oh, Sandra, that's so cool. I'm so glad you're having a good time. Susan, it's the first thing that has worked for me in about 2 years. I'm so excited to be part of this group. Oh, Susan, thank you. Thanks for saying that. Dion, what's the name of the Facebook page, please? You're on the Facebook page, Dion, so you're already here. Karen, can I just continue with you, or is it just 1 more month only just to stay with you long term? Karen, you can stay with me for as long as you want, girlfriend. I'm not chasing you away. You're not a mess, but you can stay with me for as long as you want. Just looking for the link also. Thanks for doing. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, my husband posted the link. His name is Michael Parham. So just look for one of his comments, and then he has the link that he's posted with his name. Janice, oh good, because I'm going on vacation June 12th. You're going to an all-inclusive too? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll show you how I do it. Robin, you're on vacation in Florida. Lucky girl. Okay, So that is it for the comments. That's what I did in all-inclusive in Antigua and put on almost no weight after fasting for 4 months. Nate, I might have to ask you for some help. But yeah, I think I have it down. And the cool thing about the resort that we go to is the food is absolutely amazing. It's super fresh. They have so much gluten-free stuff there. Plenty of fresh vegetables, as much salmon as you can eat. Like, I'll be able to really be able to stay on track and have a good time with my family. And quite honestly, oh, Bailey, thanks. These are Costco readers. So you can find them at Costco. Okay, so, what was I saying about the resort? Oh, I love watching my kids eat. Like, that's, I think, the best part about our vacation in Cancun at the all-inclusive resort is that watching my kids enjoy amazing food is just the best. And then I have a 17-year-old son, and he, well, he'll be 17, and he can eat in abundance and nothing, you know, he's just a boy. He's 17. And he orders like cheeseburgers and ice cream sundaes at 2 o'clock in the morning just because he can. And we get a kick out of watching him eat. So that's always fun. Bailey, I don't know who you were talking to, but hopefully it's not me. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to jump off. And like I said, make sure that you're following me on... Catherine, where have you been, girlfriend? And thank you for that. That is nice of you to say. I've missed you. We need to catch up. You're almost on summer break, so you'll have some time. Maybe you can join us in June for our intermittent fasting group. What was I going to say? Okay, a couple things to recap. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, make sure that you follow me on Instagram because I will be doing our I will be doing live, or not live, yeah, live, I guess, Instagram stories of our trip in Cancun. So you got to follow me every day, what I do in the airport, what I do food-wise when we're traveling, and then how we kind of manage a vacation as a family. It'll be super fun. The resort we stay at is absolutely to die for, so you guys get to see where we stay, and it'll be fun. And I think I'm going to do a little bit about showing you guys how I pack, too, and some of the things I do to kind of make packing super light and easy. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to try to do some lives while we're there too, but the internet is funky in Cancun. So I don't know if we'll be able to actually do live streaming from there, but if I can, I will, and then that'll be cool. So I'll try to give you guys a heads up so you can catch us. And I think the time's the same there too. Might be an hour ahead, so it won't be too off. Okay, so I will get out of here, get a great suntan and snorkel, watch for land sharks. Yeah, right, Trudy? We usually stay at the hotel mostly. We go to the beach one day and we take a bus over to the Better Beach, and so it's fun, and I'll take a lot of pictures there too. The beach is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, cool. So I'm going to bust out of here. Thanks for joining me tonight, you guys. I will be back tomorrow night. And tomorrow night I will talk about like those ketone drinks that are the big rage right now, and testing your ketones, and should you get a meter, and should you use the ketone sticks and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So if you're interested in all of that, I figure we'll piggyback off of that with our talk about the ketogenic diet tonight. And then I'll kind of give you my opinion of it and my thoughts on it. And then you guys always make your own decisions, but I just kind of like to give my thoughts. And then I'll try to come with some name brands of some of those drinks that are out there too that I know about. So you guys, if you're interested in it, you can look into it and then decide if that's something that is worth investing for you and your family. So thanks for joining me. Make sure if you're on YouTube, you've subscribed. Make sure if you're on Facebook, you hit that like button. And then that way when I go live, you will be notified and you can jump in and be part of the conversation. As always, these are posted as recordings on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you have comments that you'd like to leave, if you've watched this in the rebroadcast or the replay, definitely feel free to leave me some comments. I always go back and review those, and I will answer any questions that you have. And feel free to forward these to your friends, and always hit those like buttons because that just helps our channel become more available for other women who are looking for a better lifestyle through intermittent fasting. Have a super Sunday night, you guys. Have a great Monday tomorrow, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night.